What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shevon here, back with a new video, and like clockwork, we have the brand new iPhone Air, man. So this is the iPhone Air in the sky blue colorway. They come in a bunch of other different colorways like black, gold, silver, and sky blue, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I felt like this is the most controversial phone that Apple has released in years. The Mini, when it came out, nobody was really kind of questioning the Mini. Like, to me, I thought the Mini was fun. The Plus models came out, nobody wasn't really questioning it. They was like, all right, bet a bigger, cheaper base model phone will do it. But when the iPhone Air was released, everyone thought it was the weirdest thing. Some people were like, this is the next innovation. Some people are like, who really asked? Because basically, this is Apple's $999 phone that is kind of less of a phone. When it comes to the 17 models, you get more for what you're paying for. But I feel like this phone is literally based off of vibes and aesthetics, and I'm not mad. So I had a lot of questions about it, but let's unbox it to see what it's all about. Let me know. You guys probably click this video to see what it looks like, or you just click this video because you already ordered one and you want to see if we're on the same mindset and the same wavelength. So yeah, we've seen all the videos. Now it's finally time to go ahead and unbox it. So the version that I have right here is sky blue, 1 terabyte. Let's do the honors of unboxing this device. Unboxing experiences is always staple from Apple. And then moment of truth right here, y'all. All right, so this time we're greeted with the phone up first. When we unboxed the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we saw the rear, but this is the phone up first, and based off on what I'm seeing right now, it's already glistening. This is crazy light, bro. Yo, nah, this is insanely light. It's crazy. All right, anyways, so we do have cable, wired USB Type-C cable inside. And of course, this phone has no SIM card. Doesn't matter where you're from, there's no SIM card option for the Air. And that's the reason they were able to get it down to this size. So keep that in mind, guys. If you buy this phone, you won't get a SIM card slot. So put everything over to the side right here. And let's just look at the phone itself, because it's something new. And man, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is super, super, super thin. I wasn't expecting this at all. Like, I knew it was thin, but I didn't know it was this thin. Anyways, let's rip off this plastic. He gets me every time. Every time. All right, guys, so here we are, the iPhone Air at just 5.66 millimeters thick or thin, wherever you might play it. We do have a little protrusion when it comes on to the little camera bump right here. I feel like Apple is not really talking about that protrusion. They're just like, it's 5.6 millimeters and that's all you need to know. I have to give it to them. It's beautiful. It's like, I always ask the question, who is it for? Who asked for this device? But I feel like it's a luxury piece, you know what I mean? I feel like it's the phone you get if you're not really too big on cameras. Yes, this year it has a 48 megapixel fusion camera, which basically has 2 cameras in one. You don't have an ultra wide camera, which is kind of crazy. I thought they could have maybe put a little ultra wide camera, but Apple probably didn't want to have less of a resolution and people trying to say, hey, the ultra wide camera looks bad, you know? But me personally, I find myself using the ultra wide camera more than I would use like a telephoto camera per se. But yeah, it's the first iteration of the Air series. Let's see how long Apple will keep this up for. All right, so as I said before, this is the sky blue finish. They also have space black, cloud white, and light gold. I think the space black might be the most popular one, or even the gold one might look nice because it will have that shimmery sides that we're seeing right here. So if we're just looking closely at the design right now, guys, we can see how thin the buttons are. Like, it's literally almost the same circumference as the width of the phone right here. We do have camera control. On the left side, we still have action buttons and of course our volume rockers. And then down the bottom, we have a single speaker output and also a USB Type-C port. Regular USB Type-C. A lot of people are complaining that like the USB Type-C port is off-centered. I didn't know when so many people became like design freaks and are like OCD, but apparently this is a huge issue for some people, and this is the reason they're not buying it, because the USB Type-C port is off-centered. Beyond me, but hey, A lot of people are complaining about it, especially like the corner radius. They're saying it's not the same center, it's not flowing. I don't know, it's crazy. A lot of people have a lot of issues with the design of the Air. So just by holding this thing, the first thing that comes to mind is this thing might snap in half. Like that's the first thing that's coming to your mind. It feels delicate. It feels amazing in the hand though. Like I must say, like yo, try it. You want to try it? Like, what do you think? It's so light, bro.
So light.
Yeah.
So thin as well.
So light, so thin, and you just feel like this phone might.
It's feel different.
Yeah, it feels different. It wraps around very nice in the hand. The edges are super smooth. It flows really well, and look how thin the borders are as well. That's crazy. Let's boot this up, transfer all my stuff, and then we could talk even more about what I think about the iPhone Air. Alright guys, we all booted up right now. As you can see, wallpaper pack, first link down below in the description. iOS 26, kind of moving a little glitchy right now, but of course the phone is just heating up, it's just doing all the processing, so it might take some time. I'm gonna set all of this up later, trying to breeze through this so we could dive deeper into what the iPhone Air could offer. So here we are, splash screen, welcome to iOS 26, boom, welcome, get started, we're in. So iPhone Air, on first impressions, I must say, this is one of the easily the best feeling hand iPhones I've ever held in a minute. So if you're really buying this phone just for the aesthetics, you're not wrong. It checks off the box when it comes to the aesthetics and usability. It's still a pro phone, so it has all the pro features. It does have one camera, which is a Fusion camera, 48 megapixel, but it does have the Apple new A19 Pro chip inside. So it's very good when it comes on to processing things like AI stuff faster. On board, it does it real nice. If you want to game on the phone, probably not recommended because of the battery life. Not the best battery life on the iPhone Air, even though Apple says is on par with the 16 Pro in terms of battery life. We did get a battery pack just for the iPhone Air. So this is it right here, the iPhone Air battery pack. When I saw this announced, I was super happy because I thought this would be compatible for all the new devices, but sadly, it literally only fits the iPhone Air. So my thought to myself is, why would Apple only make a battery pack that only works for the iPhone Air? Is it because the battery life's not good? Or they thought, why not just give it some more battery on top of the already good battery life? So this is the iPhone Air battery case. It slaps right on, and the good news is it does use USB Type-C. I could probably tell it doesn't have any juice in it right now, so I'm gonna juice it up a little bit. But if we bring my iPhone 17 Pro over here, Pro Max, as you can see, it fits, but not really. So Apple specifically designed this battery pack case just to fit on the iPhone Air, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. Literally fits perfect. Put it onto the 17 Pro Max, the biggest phone. It doesn't fit. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying this battery pack for any other devices. Lucky for you guys, I have the predecessor right here. So this is the older MagSafe, which uses Lightning. Let's see if it works on the Air first. No way is that.
You have a jack in it.
Yeah, anyways, it fits perfectly. I'm 100% sure it would work. And it does also obviously work on the 17 Pro Max as well. But it dies so quick, bro. Like I literally I plugged it in like last week. I used it, I don't know, probably for one cycle. It's already dead.
Too old.
Yeah, it's
so
been
small.
Yeah, it's been a minute with this, but yeah. To me, the main selling point of the iPhone Air is just how thin it is, and I brought a couple of things that's super thin as well. So first off, we have the iPad M4, which is Apple's thinnest device ever. So if we put it side by side with the M4 right here, iPad Pro M4. It's hard to show if I just put them like side by side like this, but if you could probably pause the video, you'll see yourself. And then we also have things like my iPhone 6. This is the iPhone 6, right?
6 Plus.
6 Plus. Like, look how crazy far we came with these cameras. So I feel like these are reminiscent of each other because they both have a single camera setup and they're both super thin. So if we go side by side right here, you can see how thin both these devices are. And I think the iPhone 6 Plus is definitely thinner.
The 6 Plus is thicker.
Yeah, but if you count the camera bump, like this is what Apple should have did. How flush it is, that would have been insane. All I have to say is this phone, it lives up to the hype when it comes to the name. iPhone Air is very thin and it does what it's supposed to do. So I think the only issue with the iPhone Air is the camera system. So yes, we know we do have a single camera. You just have 1x and 2x to play with. There's no ultra wide. Yes, it is 48 megapixel, but you're paying $999 when you could have got the base model 17, which has way better camera features in my opinion. It has 2 cameras, so you get that ultra wide and also that main 48 megapixel. And you also get louder speakers because on the iPhone Air, you only have 1 stereo speaker. So I wanted to play some music to see if it's gonna be a huge difference or a deal breaker. This is the 17 Pro Max. This is the Air. You could even hear it vibrating. You hear that little static? But yeah, if you're buying the Air to have good speakers, just know that you're getting subpar results. So keep that in mind. 1 speaker, ain't no stereo around here, my boy. Next up, another issue for me would probably be the sensor. So a lot of people did some testing and figured out that they're using the same sensor that's in the 15 Pro. Now, I personally have to do some more testing on that, but I've been seeing the blogs on Reddit. Everyone's complaining they can't believe Apple's using the same sensor. Probably something you want to keep in mind. So when you get the Air, probably the main concern for most people, they already know that they only have 1 camera. The main concern would, does this phone last throughout the day? Apple says the iPhone Air gets 27 hours of video playback, same as the iPhone 16 Plus that it replaced, and compared to the basic iPhone 17, which gets 30 hours, that's 3 hours more than the iPhone Air. So again, keep that in mind. Now, I know it seems like I'm being harsh on this Air. I haven't even actually used the phone yet. This is just my first initial impressions. I just feel like I have a lot of questions about it. But one place this phone is not lacking is performance. As I mentioned earlier, it does have that A19 chip inside, so you don't have to worry when it comes on to the speed and performance. We still have that fluid 120 hertz, which is all around all the models, and also 3000 peak nits of brightness. So again, if you're outside, you won't have to worry about the phone being too dim. I'm not sure how it will hold up with the heat dissipation because there's no like vapor chamber or whatever inside. So hopefully when you're outside, the phone gets kind of hot, we still could peak up to that 3000 nits of brightness and the phone won't go crazy dim like all the iPhone 16 and the rest of devices would. Now, another thing a lot of people will try to say is the phone looks like it's easy to bend. Now, Apple said this is the strongest iPhone ever. Now, they did do a bunch of tests and I can't say like where I got my facts from, but I've seen like behind the scenes stuff where Apple put this thing in a huge stress test. They were bending it and it could definitely hold its weight. It could hold some force, which is very impressive. So if you're worried about like this being bent, it's not going to be easy to bend this phone unless you purposely go out of your way and actually try to bend it. When it comes just to like falling and dropping and accidentally squishing the phone, you should be fine. But if you're that worried about having your Air being bent or you're that worried about your phone falling, then you probably want to put a case on it. It might defeat the purpose, but a lot of people actually just love the fit and finish of a case on your phone. And that's why we have today's sponsor, Torras, with the Q3 silicone case for the iPhone Air. Now, this is what the case looks like, and on first impressions, I really like it, especially the design. It has this nice felt material inside, and if we drop the phone in, It just fits plush. Torras on-stand cases are like your pocket tripod. I could literally snap or film anywhere without carrying extra gear, especially this year with the iPhone Air rocking a dual capture and center stage front camera. Having the Torras case 360-degree magnetic stand is super convenient. I could set it up on my desk whenever I'm working, at a cafe, or even just slap it onto something that has metal, like my microwave right here, and I get to do my TikToks, you know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the aesthetics. Thankfully, Torras has something for everyone. They've got their Q3 Air cases, Q3 silicone, Q3 veg skin, Q3 spin, Q3 fitness, basically something for everyone. Overall, I feel like this case feels really good in the hand. It's a silicone case feel. The buttons are interchangeable if you ever get bored and you want to swap out the buttons. And most of all, it protects your iPhone from damage. And I know y'all saw how I dropped my phone in my last condo hunting tour, having the Q3 Air on because of how the airbag corners were. It protected my phone from the fall, and overall, the phone just looks way more sick. What I also like is that it's just not there for protection or aesthetics. It actually makes your phone more useful day to day. If you're grabbing an iPhone Air or any of the iPhone 17 models this year, this is the setup I'd recommend for the iPhone 17 lineup. So not only the Air, and it'll be the first link down below in the description, and huge thanks to Torras for making this video possible. Now back to the Air. There's still a couple compromises and things that I have on my mind. So first off, it's a 5-core GPU versus a 6-core CPU in the iPhone 17 Pro. And as I said before, there's no vapor chamber cooling. So even the processor's performance is compromised for the thinness. And I want to see what all the gamers think about this phone. Like, if you're supposed to get the Air, would you be gaming on it or not? Let me know down below in the comments, because I definitely want to see how it will hold up over time, especially when it comes to battery degradation. Okay, so now this posed the question to me, like, Shevon, who is this phone for? I personally feel like the iPhone Air is just a new lineup to try. Like, it replaced the Plus models, it replaces like the Mini. I was just talking to my barista downstairs and she said like she don't know why they came up with the Air. She rather like a new Mini that's better, even like a little bit bigger. But I think the iPhone Air is more style over substance. It's for people who want like a phone that looks elegant, it looks sleek, and it still has the pro features but not doing too much. People will pay more for something that's luxury even if it can't perform more features. For example, myself, I would buy like a designer bag when I know a probably cheaper bag from, I don't know, Old Navy. It has more storage compartments, it does everything better, but it doesn't have that luxury designer feel, and I feel like that's what this phone is aiming towards. Secondly, it's for people who likes to collect iPhones. Like, if you're an iPhone collector, this is definitely something you want to have in your collection. Is like, this is innovation. Like, how thin it is with its performance is not something that like you see every day. So people who love iPhones for sure are going to want to buy this phone. And if you want to add it to your collection, for example, you want to go on like a quick trip when you want to stay away from your phone but still want to have some of the best features, then you'd want to go for the Air. However, if you're someone that wants the best of the best features, the iPhone Air is just simply not for you. You want better battery life, you want better cameras, you want flexibility when it comes on to like multiple cameras, like telephoto, ultra wide. It's just not for you. If you want, so it sits in a weird spot because it's almost like you're paying more for less, if that makes sense. So just some price comparison for you guys. The iPhone 17 will cost $799. It has better cameras, better battery, and stereo speakers. The iPhone Air, $999, but it's thinner, premium materials, but it just works with everything else. Next thing is, if you want to up the storage on this phone, it's going into the pro price territory. So you could probably get like a base starter Pro for like a higher spec Air. So I don't know, I feel like the pricing is just a weird price point, but let me know what you guys think down below about the iPhone Air. Is it a cop or drop? I personally think it's really cool. For me, it's gonna be a staple in my collection. It looks nice. I'll definitely put this thing to the test in a day in the life video. And yeah, I can't lie, I think the iPhone Air is beautiful, but to me it's just form over function taken to like the extreme levels. Apple made a phone for people who value aesthetics over usability, or if you just want the best iPhone experience for your money, you'd have to get like the 17 regular. That's like the best value for money. But I'll leave all the comments for you guys to leave down below in the description. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember, slow motion's better than no motion. Love, peace, and tweaks. Signing off. Now we have the air. Yo, it's so this is max volume, bro.
Man, no bass.
It's so bad.